Senator Kelly.
Minister, I just want to touch on something that was touched on earlier by yourself in relation to the self-employed, first of all, and I think it's something that can't be said often enough in this House, and I think you made the case quite well yourself, and that is that under the last administration, if a self-employed person was to look for social welfare, the department insisted on the previous year's accounts. Now, obviously, the previous year's accounts were going to be far better than they were this year, because this year the business went to the wall. And you, Minister, have now brought about a situation that these self-employed people can go in and say, this is my situation today, and I want to apply for unemployment assistance. And as a result of that, 86% of applicants have been granted social welfare. So I just want to put that on the record of the House, because it seems to be the case that the word on the street out there is self-employed people are not eligible for job seekers allowance. That is not perfectly true. Secondly, I just want to say in relation to cuts that we're talking about to under 26-year-olds. Myself and Senator Landy and Senator Whelan met today with the President of UCI, with a representative from We're Not Leaving, and from reps from the Youth Council of Ireland. And they had a number of issues, obviously issues that we're all talking about here right now. Senator Powers mentioned a couple of them. But like that, they started off by saying cuts to the social welfare rates. And I told them that there was actually no cut to the rate. A cut is, as I said here yesterday, is where you're getting an amount of money and somebody takes some of it away. The reality here is anybody who is on social welfare at the moment, at whatever rate they're on, they retain that rate. All that is happening here, and it's regrettable, but all that is happening is that the length of time that they're on that payment is extended. That's what you're referring to as a cut, when it's not a cut. The second problem that they had was that they felt that if they took up part-time employment and they were on social welfare at a rate of €144 a week, and that if they went back to reclaim social welfare, that they would be put on €100 a week. And I told them that was untrue. And again, they couldn't believe what I was telling them, because they have already been misled into believing that they would lose money. And the third thing that they didn't know, and I know it's a rare case, but you do often have married students under the age of 26. But married students under the age of 26 are entitled to the full rate of social welfare. But they're still significant. But there's still a third point that needed to be made, and I made that to them. The other worry that they had, and I do agree with this, Minister, and I've said this before, and I know that to some degree that you have tackled this, but this is something that's very easily achievable. And I think Senator Van Turnout mentioned it as well. It's people who are on part-time employment and were on social welfare and then go back to claiming social welfare. The difficulties that's often highlighted in them reclaiming social welfare. Minister, it is very simple. It is very simple that the week they go back claiming unemployment assistance or job seekers allowance, as it's now known, it is very simple that they will have a payment that week in the post office for them. Because all that needs to happen is the person go into the employment exchange, say, I have part-time work for 13 weeks, could you just suspend my payment for 13 weeks? Don't close my claim and have me go through the rigmarole of reapplying. Just suspend it, and at the touch of a button, that suspension can be lifted. I should know. And within 3 days, their money can be in the post office. So it's that simple. So I'd like, Minister, if on that particular issue, that you could bring that to the attention of your officials in the department and make sure that it is implemented to alleviate all the fears they have in relation to that. And just finally, in relation to courses, and I know, and again, Senator Power mentioned this, and she is right, it's the cost of accessing courses. And I was at a meeting on Monday in my own area, and the community development project, and they run many courses as well. And the problem they're having with courses is that people haven't got the transport to access these courses. Now, I have made a submission to Minister Alan Kelly, and I will be making one to yourself, Minister, as well, to do something on a pilot basis, that just for very small money, these CDPs are in a position to provide cars to bring people at very minimal cost, with a little bit of funding from either department or both, to make sure that these people can access courses. And this will be something I'll be following up with on yourself, because this is really a rural Ireland issue, when access to courses and access to transport. Thanks, Minister.